I hope everyone is good. I hope everyone is great. I hope that you are in a relaxing mood. The holiday season is upon us. We only have a few days. And I'm going to tell you something. One thing about me and my children know, the Christmas season is not what it is commercialized to be. And so that is one of the things that I incorporated into being a parent and letting my children know. Of course, they got the things that they wanted. And I definitely wanted to see their happy faces. But at the end, they always knew as well that I didn't put emphasis on Christmas and gifts and going out splurging and spending a lot of money. Because even with the things that I could buy, what I could give from my heart is love and nurturing and really being there, and that is priceless. So if you are going into the holiday season with trepidation because you didn't have enough money to get the gifts that your children or people around you wanted, just remind yourself the reason for the season and move along. Life shall go on, and it's nothing to stress about. The last 2 weeks, I've been really getting my life together, right? Even when we think that we have everything together, something comes along and reminds us of what we need to be doing and pushing forward. And so for the last couple of weeks, I have been writing papers and doing final exams, and God bless every single person who bought the beautiful reminder affirmation cards, packing orders, and working. The things that we pray for, right? We pray and we envision it and we want them to happen. And then when they hit us all of a sudden, I realize, that is not the moment for complaints. It is the moment of joy because God gave us exactly what we asked for. We didn't ask for the conditions. We just asked for it to be what it is. And so in this moment, I'm celebrating, but I'm also entitled to moments to be to myself and curate the space that I need for myself. And I also want to tell you, when the moments for you become overwhelming or not, if you just need a moment of peace, take it. It is yours to take. And the people that are worried about you, understandably, let them know I'm good. And ensure that you are doing the things that make you happy. I want to bridge this episode into something that I think is important because we are coming into the end of the year. And I want to talk about goal setting, not necessarily New Year's resolutions. I think I did an episode about that some months ago. But I want to talk about goal setting and why it is so important. Also with affirming and praying and ensuring that we are doing all that we can do. The word for this year was intentionality, making sure that I was intentional about everything that I did, my words, my actions, and really placing myself in a position where I knew that I was purposely wanting to do things right, with an underlining emphasis on purpose. I wanted to drive the purpose in whatever my life is supposed to be with intentions. And so I'll share the word for 2024 and its new endeavors. Absolutely. And with curating a new word and opening up a new space in our lives, I want you to come up with a word or maybe 2 words to describe what it is that this year 2024 is going to bring for you. And let me tell you something. From my mouth to your ears, the word of intentionality and being intentional did so much for me because I grounded myself in that word and I was purposeful about what I did. So new endeavors for me is making sure that I do everything that has new endeavors linked to it. Stepping outside of myself and allowing myself to do some things that maybe at one time I didn't think that I could. Or just being open and receptive to seeing myself in a different light and still having the same energy and aura and vibe that I have. But I want to extend this to you because goal setting and being mindful about what we want is important. Think about this for a second. If every day and every week and every month that we lived with no purpose and no intention, no goal setting, we just living, how can we obtain and attain the things that we want and need in our lives? If we seemingly just, journey along with no intentions, no solution, no resolution, nothing at the end, we're living, but we're really not living. There is no purpose behind breathing and existing every single day. So for this year, I want you to think really strongly about what it is that you want to see yourself doing, with the purpose of defining yourself more and adding more to who you are. And it doesn't have to be anything like a degree or certificate. It doesn't have to be anything solid that you can feel, but it's something that you can feel inside of you. It's something that you added on. If you're having an issue with communication when it comes to a partner or friendships or just in general on the job, let's say that the goal for this year is better communication. And so that every time that you think of better communication as your word, your go-to, your goal for this year, you are rounding it out in every aspect of your life to make sure that you are a good communicator. Because with good communication also opens up so much of what you didn't know about other people and yourself. And it gives you the ability also to be a bigger person in a place in where you may have been small, improving areas of your life where people understand, wow, they've opened up so much, and then opportunity comes because you are a great communicator. That's just one example. Your year 2024 may be to find love, that you have really worked on yourself 2023, and that you feel that you're open to receiving love and being a partner to someone. But the emphasis may be that not necessarily putting yourself out there, but finding what makes you happy in relation to someone else, and not allowing yourself to just go with the flow because someone presented themselves in your space. Being ready for love means that you know what it is that you want in love with that woman or that man, the honesty, the openness, the things that you want to share. If you got out of a relationship, you already know your ex, right? You know what you don't want and you know what you do want. Let's make a goal to find love, but also be lovable. Be understanding, be compassionate, being open to learn. And also, because you will be dealing with someone different, being open to maybe alter some small things about you in order to make someone feel comfortable with being tied to you. When we think about goals, we think about an endpoint, we think about a result, we think about a resolution to something that we didn't have a resolution or ending to. We think about all of the possibilities, how it would make us feel, what place we would be in that future moment, how it resonates with us, and how hard we've been working to get to that place. And it just feels good to be able to check something off that you've been working on. Goal-oriented is what it is. Tell me, what is your goals? Have you defined them? When we define our goals, we articulate clearly what we want to achieve. We make our objectives specific and measurable. The easiest thing that I found also was breaking my goals down so that I can specifically see them. Divide big goals into smaller ones so that they are manageable tasks to make progress more achievable. And also don't forget to create your plan. Develop a realistic and organized plan outlining the steps and timelines for each task, and prioritize. Identify the most important tasks and focus on them first to maximize productivity and the impact. Stay organized. When we write down this list of our goals and the things that we want to do, make sure that you organize them. The one before this said to prioritize, so put those big things first and the smaller things last. What you'll find is that the big things take a little bit more time. And sometimes you can do some of these goals simultaneously. You don't have to do them one after the other. Keep track of your progress and those deadlines if you do have them. And make any adjustments if needed based on your lifestyle and your life. Because y'all, what do we say? Life be lifing. And even if you have a time goal in mind, sometimes things happen and that's just the way that it is. In the course of all of this, in the year 2024, while you have this mindful set of words or goals, make sure that you're staying motivated. Regularly remind yourself of the benefits and rewards associated with reaching your goals. Why is this personal to you? Why is it that you want to take this chance on this goal? Why is it that this word that you implemented for 2024, why is this important? Why didn't you choose one word over the other? Ask yourself that. Put it in the notes. Be adaptable. Be flexible and open to adjust your plan based on evolving circumstances. Again, life be lifing, okay? So don't get mad at yourself because you set a goal for June 25th to obtain a car, because you really need it. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. Life be lifing, right? And maybe finances was a little shaky, but guess what? You still have July 25th. It's okay. Adapt and adjust as needed. And sometimes, the goals that we have for ourselves is bigger than we may have thought of. Maybe it's something that you want to start. You want to start an organization, or you want to begin a podcast. Maybe, there's a project that entails more people. Seek support. Don't be scared. Never be scared to ask. The people that you can ask for support from, and you can count on them. Share your goals with others that you feel comfortable with in your sacred space. And I'm sure that they will be happy to help or give insight as to what you need, and also give you information to make whatever it is better. Learn from your setbacks. I think that one is important. Many of us take setbacks as the negative part of learning. Many of us are afraid of being challenged. Many of us are also afraid of failing. A lot of us like to fail privately, and that's okay, right? Because the embarrassment of public failing does dig deep into us. But remember that challenges are just opportunities to learn and adjust our approach to our goals or things that we didn't know. The thing about what we perceive as failing is that sometimes we just don't have all of the resources to make something work. Maybe it was something that we did that we just wasn't knowledgeable about. Maybe we were erred in the way in which we were thinking about how to implement this one thing. Maybe it didn't go right because we didn't have all of our things tied in together. It's okay. The beautiful thing about learning is that when you learn it, you won't do it again. So give yourself grace in that moment in which you felt like you was a failure. And whatever it was that you did, you're not. You learn from the setbacks and proceed. And when you get to the end, whatever that perceived goal was, when you have mastered it, celebrate those milestones. Celebrate every single thing that you do. One of the things that I feel like we don't do person to person as people is we don't celebrate our milestones. We don't celebrate us. Even if you thought it was small, it is big because you implemented ways to allow yourself to achieve. Why wouldn't you give yourself a pat on the back or buy yourself, something nice, or, a nice dinner, or just a nice smile, to be received on the other end of your mirror, to see yourself happy and joyful because you did that. Setting goals provides us with a a sense of purpose, direction. It, activates the brain's reward system. It brings clarity to our aspirations, instills motivation, and it just creates a roadmap for progress, contributing to a fulfilling and satisfying experience. Y'all know how it is at high when you've done what you said you was gonna do and you made it do what it do. And while we're talking about individual goals and moving along and doing the things that you need to do for you, I want to also implant this for you as well. Because sometimes when we are moving towards something, we do share. We share with friends, we share with family. And at the same time, you could be going towards a goal and someone could be doing it as well. This is important for you to understand. Listen up. Never envy what anyone else has going on. You are not comparing yourself to the next person. Envy of other people's goals and the things that they are doing is counterproductive, and I'm going to give you the reasons. I said this again, and I will keep saying this over and over. Everyone has a unique path. Everyone has different life circumstances and values and priorities. Envy disregards the uniqueness of your individual journey. Just because it seemed that Samantha was able to obtain her goal quicker than yours doesn't mean that yours is out of the window. In this case, this is not the time nor the moment to be jealous or envious of the things that she has obtained and what you perceive in such a quicker time as you. You may have started off at the same time. She may have conquered her goal, but you do understand that your journey is very different and you don't know the backstory. With that being said, there are unseen challenges. Envy often stems from a superficial understanding of other situations. Many challenges and sacrifices may not be visible from the other side. So while you're hating and envying and being jealous of Samantha, you may not know of the many years Samantha has been working on and off on her goal and not told you so. You don't know her money situation. You don't know her personal situation. You don't know what she's going through. Let's be realistic about the outcome, how we look at other people, and understand that people have unseen challenges that we don't know about. Be sure that your goal is personal fulfillment, not for others. Not wanting to know how others feel or how it will be seen by others. Envy shifts focus from your own aspirations and personal fulfillment. It's more constructive to be concrete on your path rather than comparing yours to anybody else's. That goal to obtain that new business has nothing to do with anyone else. It shouldn't even resonate in your mind of how someone would feel about what you do. Make sure that anything that you are doing, you're doing for self and not for others. Let's talk about this for a second. Motivation versus demotivation. Now, again, while healthy competition can be motivating, you and some friends, envy tends to demotivate. Just like I said before about Samantha. Samantha hit her goal before you did. Now you feeling some type of way. And it can lead your mind into thinking that you are not good enough, that you're not putting in the work, and it slows you down. It can lead to feelings of inadequacy and hinder your own progress of growth. One of the things that was always told to me in middle school and high school and even college was, stay in your own lane when you run your race. And they'll tell you that. You're in a lane to run straight ahead. You don't have time to look to your left, nor your right, nor behind you to see where the competition is. You only have one race to run, and that is your own. Doing so will slow you down. And when you feel that someone is creeping up on you and beating you, you become unmotivated. And you also lose track of your focus and the end goal. Many times also when we compare, there's an incomplete perspective. Perceptions of others' success may not capture the full picture. They might face struggles or sacrifices that aren't apparent. And then the last one, there are diverse definitions of success. Success varies for each person. While I may feel that my success for 2024 may be to just learn how to love myself better, someone else's goal and their meaning of success could be to buy a house. It is different for each one of us. Envy may arise from a narrow definition of success, overlooking the diverse ways people find meaning and fulfillment. So go back to what I said before. When you meet that goal or do what it is that you prayed about and meditated on, celebrate your moment. Because see, the lack of celebration for you and seeing the celebration that someone gives themselves makes you feel as if you're not good enough. Celebrate every single one of your highs, and ultimately focusing on your unique journey and celebrating other successes without envy promotes a healthier mindset. I really want to know, okay, after this podcast episode, if you are on Spotify, I will put a questionnaire up there, and I want you to tell me, number one, what is that word for 2024? What is your word? Is it better communication? Is it transparency? Is it love? Is it health and fitness? Tell me what it is. And if you feel so, tell me what you're going to do to ensure that that goal is met. And if you don't have one as of the ending of this episode after you listen to it, your homework is to jot down all of the things that you want to accomplish for 2024. Like, be mindful, be real, be realistic. Take a chance on you. And then summarize it all into one word so that it is your push. So in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December, you are mindful of the word that you gave yourself. And you are fulfilling so many moments for you. I hope this episode gave you some insight on goals and meeting your goals and ensuring that you are the most powerful person that you can be inside of self, that you're pushing yourself in ways that will help you master you. And the most important thing is that when we do things, we are doing it for us, not for other people, not for people to look at us a certain way or assume we are a certain way or think that we are less or more successful. This is for you. You come here alone and you'll leave here alone. What is your legacy? What is your legacy personally? What is your legacy? I want to close this out by thanking every single person who purchased the beautiful reminder affirmation cards. It is such a blessing to be able to come up with something that was really dear to my heart and to share with others as a daily emphasis on life and just adjustments that we can make for ourselves in a way that we are more happier and finding ourselves joy. If you want to find the beautiful reminder affirmation cards, they can be purchased through Instagram. I have an Instagram store. And also I'll leave the link in the podcast description for the affirmation cards as well, so that you can purchase. I also want to thank every single person who, in your own way, has really given me strength, love, and also compassion in ways that I just never seen the humanistic bonding of people. I love the community of people that I have met with the love, like raw love, that has been shared. And I also want you to give yourself an applause and a hug and some love, because like many other years, For a lot of people, this may not have been your year. And I promise you, like where I'm sitting at to where you are, I am extending the biggest hug. So I got my arms stretched out. I need you to stretch the arms out as well, right? And I'm going to take you in and I'm going to hug you. I'm really big on hugs because hugs always made me feel comforted. It always made me feel supported, and it made me feel safe. Safe is my word, and not just S-A-F-E, but capital S-A-F-E. Safety for me is the biggest thing. And when I am enthralled in someone's warmth in their arms, I feel so relieved. I feel much better. And so I want to give a hug to every single person who has struggled this year with something, whether it's been a relationship, a death, whether it has been disappointment, monetary, whether being a parent has been hard for you this year, overcoming challenges has been devastating. Maybe you are on your journey of self-healing and your, journey of love, your journey of health, your journey of knowledge, your journey of understanding, your journey of boundaries, your journey of just learning you again. It is a difficult phase, but I promise you will get over it and you will get through it. So my hug is to ensure that you know that you are loved, that you are safe, and that you matter. And I promise it'll be another episode before the year ends. I have something very special for you for next week. And I'm so happy that all of you are here. I want to end this by saying, incorporate goals, prayer, meditation in your life. Let's not be here just to take up space. I don't ever want anybody to think that their life is in vain, that their living is in vain, that they don't know their purpose or they don't know what it is that they're doing. I want us to get to a point where we understand who we are and we are ensuring that we are loving and, being intentional with every single person around us and our actions. And with that being said, I'm closing it out. Thank you so much. With love, with hugs, with everything that I have in me. I'll close it out. Love, Lisa Marie.